Basically everything that's been happening up to late May 2025.
Yep.
No need to dig through all the patch notes yourself. We're gonna pull out the important stuff for you.
Exactly. Think of it as your quick briefing.
Get you up to speed fast.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, actually, both in, current retail and the classic side of things.
Seems like it never stops.
Pretty much. We've got a decent amount of news, official updates, so let's get straight into it. What's really worth talking about?
Okay, let's start with retail then. Azeroth Now, as they call it. Patch 11.1.5, Legacy of Azeroth. That's live, right?
It is, yeah. It brought a few key things. The Winds of Mysterious Fortune, that's the XP and Renown buff. Always nice.
Oh yeah, always welcome.
Then there's the new Delves tech. Looks like a new angle for solo or, small group stuff.
Interesting. And the UI.
Right. The combat assistant UI got a pretty big overhaul. It's supposed to give you more control over, like, what combat info you see.
Okay, so, new stuff dropping. How's it landing with players? What's the feeling out there?
Well, it's been interesting to watch. It's definitely not been like a universal thumbs up.
The usual.
Kinda, yeah. There's excitement for sure, but also that familiar pattern, Some bugs, the way they staggered some unlocks. The Flames Radiance event, for example, didn't exactly have the smoothest start.
Launch hiccups.
Yeah, and it was significant enough that the game director, Ion Hazikostas, actually put out an apology about those things.
Oh, really? An actual apology?
Yep, acknowledging the bugs, the staggered stuff, the event launch issues. Pretty direct.
Wow, okay. That is noteworthy. Suggests they're really listening, maybe.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
It does show they're aware of the friction, and they seem to be acting on it too.
How so?
Well, today, May 27th, that's when the weekly reset hits, and there's supposed to be a major round of class tuning coming with it.
Ah, okay. Trying to iron out the balance issues people have probably been talking about.
Exactly. And even before that, just last week, May 22nd, they pushed out a hotfix bundle that hit issues across both retail and classic, actually.
Oh, covering both. Like what?
Little specific things, stuff like how unholy DK pets were acting up in retail. Some bugs with the Shocket and Paladin tier set in classic, things like that.
The nitty-gritty stuff that can really affect gameplay?
Precisely. Shows the kind of detail they're wrestling with constantly.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Player housing. This has been on the wish list forever. What's the latest?
Good news on that front. Confirmed at PAX East. It is happening. And they were really clear. This is a long-term thing, its own system, its own roadmap.
And crucially,
it's not Garrison's 2.0.
Oh, okay, thank goodness. I think a lot of people hear housing and immediately get flashbacks.
Totally understandable. But the way they're framing it sounds different. They laid out 3 design pillars earlier on.
Which were?
Let's see. Boundless self-expression, deep social integration, and evergreen progression.
Deep social integration. That sounds like the opposite of Garrison's.
Right. That's the hope. Making it something that connects players rather than isolates them. I remember seeing an editorial back in February that basically said these pillars were exactly what WoW-W needed. So, seems like the community's on board with the concept at least.
Boundless self-expression, social integration, evergreen progression. Yeah, if they pull that off, it could be huge. Makes you wonder what that actually looks like in practice.
We'll have to wait and see, but the potential is definitely there.
So, any other big things coming up for retail players?
Yeah, 2 things mainly. First, if you liked the Mists of Pandaria remix event.
Which seemed pretty popular, yeah.
Well, they greenlit a Legion remix. Announced that at PAX East too. So expect that down the line. They'll probably take what they learned from OP Remix and apply it there.
Okay, Legion Remix, got it. And the second thing...
Something you can do right now, actually. Horrific Visions are back.
Oh, Horrific Visions. The sanity-draining solo challenges.
The very same. But they've got updated rewards now. So if you enjoyed those or maybe missed them, now's the time to jump back in.
Updated rewards. Might be worth facing the madness again. Okay, let's head over to the classic side of things. What's new in Cataclysm Classic?
Quick one for Kata Classic. They just launched, today actually, a 50% XP buff. Joyous Journeys.
Oh, nice. Helps with the leveling.
Yep, goes all the way up to level 85. So, good for anyone leveling alts or just trying to catch up before whatever's next.
Definitely handy. Now, the really big classic news, I think. Mists of Pandaria Classic. We have a date.
We do. Finally locked in. Get ready. July 21st, 2025.
July 21st? Okay, that's not far off at all.
Nope, just about 2 months out.
Yeah.
And the pre-patch is coming the week of July 1st. So yeah, Pandaria is right around the corner for classic players.
Fantastic. We'd heard whispers about July, but it's great to have it confirmed. So what comes with Mo P Classic? Just remind everyone.
It's the whole package, basically. You get the Pandaren race, obviously, the monk class.
Can't forget the monks.
Nope. And pet battles. Remember pet battles?
Oh man, pet battles, yes. A game within the game.
Totally. Plus, obviously, the whole Pandaria continent. The questing experience from 85 to 90. It was a really feature-packed expansion.
Yeah, it really was. Okay, moving away from the game updates themselves for a sec, what about esports and other community stuff?
Well, the competitive seasons just wrapped up. The AWC, that's Arena World Championship, and the MDI, Mythic Dungeon International, Season 2 Global Finals, finished on May 23rd.
Where can people watch those if they miss them?
Twitch and YouTube. Always impressive to see those teams play. The skill level is just nuts.
Yeah, it's a whole different level. Anything else? Lore, maybe?
Yep, for the lore fans. There's a new tie-in novel announced called Blood Ties. It's a prequel to the Midnight expansion.
Ah, setting the stage for the next chapter of the World Soul Saga.
Exactly. It's up for pre-order now if you want to dive into that story.
Good to know. Okay, couple of final bits and pieces. Mount collectors, anything for them?
Yeah, actually. Circling back to those horrific visions that just returned.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there are new cosmetic rewards in there, including mounts. So if you're one of those people who has to collect every mount,
Guilty as charged sometimes.
then you've got a new hunting ground in the reworked visions. Some outlets even put out checklists already.
Handy for the dedicated collectors. And lastly, back to player housing for a moment. Any more clarity on the timeline for the full system?
Yeah, it seems like the message is consistent. While we might see some initial stuff, the full comprehensive player housing system is planned for later in 2025, launching with the Midnight expansion.
So it's tied into Chapter 2 of the World Soul Saga.
Looks that way.
Hmm?
Suggests it's a pretty integral part of that whole multi-expansion plan, not just a side feature tacked on.
Right. Okay, so quick recap then. Retail's getting ongoing tweaks, class tuning today, housing is a big focus for the future, Classic is speeding up Cataclysm leveling, and the big one, Mists of Pandaria is launching in July. Plus, esports action and lore drops.
Yeah, it's definitely a busy period, something happening pretty much everywhere you look in the Warcraft universe.
Keeps things interesting, that's for sure, no matter which version of the game you prefer.
Absolutely. It shows the game's still evolving, still trying new things, revisiting old favorites.
So here's something for you listening to think about. With all this stuff going on, the immediate fixes in retail, the big promise of housing, the nostalgia trip back to Pandaria.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about? What are you looking forward to jumping into next? It's always fascinating to see where WoW takes us